you ready?
Yep.
Okay, we'll go ahead and call the Planning Commission meeting to order. Don, can you please call the roll?
Sure. Mayor Ron Van Kirk.
Here.
Sue Grodick.
Here.
Jim Oper is absent, excused. Brian Summers is absent, excused. And then Philip Smith.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, very good. So we just have one item on the agenda in regards to an expansion for Arrow. And so I will turn it over to Mr. Greer for further explanation.
Hello, everybody. So what we have tonight is Freeman Building Systems, represented by Mr. Sanders here. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Mr. Sanders. Welcome to the meeting.
Good evening to all.
Well, what we have here is Freeman Building Systems, which is to provide a 19,928 square foot addition onto Arrow International Incorporated. And that's what we are here tonight to go over. It is a general industrial area. We got our plans in a little while ago, and that's why we're coming to this meeting tonight. So that's the basic agenda.
All right, very good. And I did have a chance to look over this. Any concerns with the building department, Mike?
We do. There's going to be a couple of variances possibly required, but for the most part, no. It looks like it's going to be a pretty decent fit and a continuance of the existing building, so it looks like it's going to be fine.
Okay. All right, anything you wanted to add, Mr. Sanders?
No, the project is yeah, we're adding on to the east of the building, which at this point is about this is probably going to be the last addition to the building unless they start buying other property that they can put parking on to add on to this building, because it's as much as they can go in terms of physically what they have spatially right now for land. So for the position they're in right now is they need the additional warehouse space. They're currently utilizing some additional facilities or another rented facility, and they'd like to get everything back in house just to make their lives much more fluid in terms of product in and out. So we were fortunate enough to do the addition onto the north of the building back, I want to say it was around 2012-ish, and then we did the warehouse shipping office with all the docks. We did that a year later. So it's been a while since we've been up that way, but we're really looking forward to this to doing this project in the community and for the folks at Arrow.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir. All right, any questions from anyone on the committee?
I have a couple things. I guess just two small grammar things and then a couple questions. So one is in the general notes section, number 6, when it says talks about signage to post on doors. It says this doors. It'd probably be more appropriate as this door, these doors. And then throughout, when it's uses the verbiage shall and will, it seems like that's pretty much interchangeable. I would expect when writing something as a requirement that you would use shall instead, pretty much exclusively. It's more formal and intentional language. It's basically saying that something must be done, in my opinion, if you use shall, but it kind of appears that they're used as replacements for one another just for variation.
All right. Well, we'll definitely look into that, because some of the, I mean, I'll be completely blunt. A lot of this information that's related to some of these specific details and whatnot is information that's been around for quite a while for us. I mean, it's been multiple years that we've used this, so we will definitely look at that and get that corrected.
Yeah, I figured a lot of it was copy and paste, but it's just my experience in writing requirements that usually stick with shall. Then I had a couple questions. So there are two sections of the document. One where it talks about the sewer main standard specification, there's a statement that says in case of conflict, the written spec shall apply. But then in another section, talking about contractor actions, that they are not to proceed in case of any conflicts and that all the documents must match. So I was just wondering why there was a difference there.
I will be blunt. I don't know. The civil documents were generated by Albert Rice Engineering Group, and I would have to get into it with them to find out what their intent is. I mean, it would make sense from my end that if there's any conflict, that all work would stop and verification of what needs to be done would be acquired before you would proceed. But that would be my nickel's worth of thought on that process.
Okay.
But we will have that conversation with them, because at this point, yeah, that's a little complicated, or it's a little confusing.
All right. So, I mean, that's mostly what I had, was just language issues in the documentation, not so much with the plans themselves, because 19,000 square feet sounds like a lot, but not in comparison to the structure that's already existing.
Right. Yeah. And I was out there earlier this summer, and I forget who it was. One of the gentlemen out there kind of walked me through what they were looking to do, and it's not a big expansion, but it will help them tremendously with their primarily with the vending side of their business, for where they make their vending machines for their tickets. So they are a great partner in the city. So and like you said, this is probably the last expansion they have there, unless they're able to acquire more property. So all right, very good. And any other comments or questions for Mr. Sanders? All right, then, Mike, did you say there are going to need to be some variances for this?
Possibly. We did look. I think it might just be a couple of clerical items. I think there was a height variance that possibly may need to be required. But for the most part, I think they were pretty close into conformance as is, without getting a full set of construction drawings.
Yeah, because the proposed addition will actually be lower than the existing building on the east end.
Yeah, that's what it looked like on the it looked like that on the one elevation drawing. So I think we're just gonna probably do a little bit of housekeeping on some of the notes.
Understood.
All right, then, do we need to make the recommendation then based upon the BZA approval or not?
Oh, let's see. We could put some language in there to make sure that we can cover ourselves on this later. I don't see that being a problem.
All
Is
right, very
that,
good.
I think that's the way we
Okay.
can go.
All right, so I'll make the recommendation to give the preliminary site plan approval based upon any required BZA modifications.
I just need a second.
Second.
Thank you. And then to approve, Mayor Ron Van Kirk,
Yes.
Sue Grodick,
Yes.
Philip Smith.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Oh,
All
look at me. I was trying to book out of the meeting this time.
Yeah, I did last time. All right, yeah, that's all we have on our agenda. Does anyone else have any comments or questions for Mr. Sanders or for the committee?
So on the agenda was minutes. I don't know that Mr. Sanders needs to stay, but do we need to approve the
Yeah,
minutes from
we'll
the
do
July
business.
11th?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do that maintenance. Just because at this point, we don't have a meeting for December either, and I'd like to get them approved.
Yeah, no problem. We can do that. All right, thank you, Mr. Sanders. Appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you very much, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you. All right, I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from the meeting dated July 11th, 2023.
Before we do that, can we fix one typo in it?
Sure.
Spilt should be split, but other than that, it's good in my opinion.
All
Okay.
right, make a motion that we approve the minutes as amended.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. To approve minutes as amended, Mayor Ron Van Kirk,
Yes.
Sue Grodick,
Yes.
Philip Smith.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right, and then we have minutes from a meeting dated August 23rd, 2023. Are there any comments or questions on those? All right, I'll make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Thank you. To approve, Mayor Ron Van Kirk,
Yes.
Sue Grodick. You're muted.
Yes.
And Philip Smith.
Yes.
All right, perfect.
Very good. Right. Anything else?
We just the
make a
one more
motion, we
thing of
Yeah,
adjourn.
go ahead. Yeah, let's go make a motion to adjourn.
Perfect.
Second.
Thank you. To adjourn, Mayor Ron Van Kirk,
Yes.
Philip Smith,
Yes.
Sue Grodick.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Take care,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.